Hi, my name's Jeremiah Williams, and we are here in beautiful Steamboat Springs, Colorado at Hala headquarters and Hala Gear space. And we're gonna tell you about this year's 2020 lineup. Hala was founded in 2011 by Peter Hall in order to design the best in-class SUP equipment using patented innovations. So let's go inside and check out the lineup. We're here inside Hala Gear space with our 2020 board lineup right behind me. And we're gonna tell you why Hala stands out from the rest of the boards you're gonna see out there. The first thing is gonna be durability. Hala uses the most durable drop stitch material you can possibly find. We have a 3-year manufacturer warranty on all of our boards, and our entire River series is gonna have an extra layer of PVC poured over the top to make the most durable, rock-resistant board you're gonna see on the river. Next is gonna be functional design. You're gonna see things like extra handles for increased portability, rig points to carry all the day's gear, and varying rockered shapes and profiles specific to each board's intended purpose. Lastly, you're gonna see innovative technologies in our boards you're not gonna find anywhere else. Things like our patented stomp box, which comes on all of our River series, our retractable fin system that allows you to stay on your board even if you find some rocks, our double stack technology that allows a surfboard to have a thinner rail and yet more buoyancy for flotation when you're dropping into the surf. And finally, our patented carbon stringer technology, which sandwiches the board and makes a normal 6-inch drop stitch up to 3 times as rigid. So the first series that we're gonna talk about is our River series. These boards are designed for moving water from mellow class 1 going through town all the way up to class 4 whitewater. The first thing we'll start off with is the Acha. The Acha is the original whitewater board that started it all back in 2012. Next came the Acha 8.6. It's smaller, surfier, more playful little brother. And as of recently, in the last couple of years, we've come out with the Rado and the Radito. We're basically bringing flat water and whitewater together in these great downriver boards that you can use as an overnight board or just to run whitewater as well. Lastly, on the end, you see the Fame here. The Fame is a super big, burly, stable board that you can use in whitewater, you can fish from, and it was actually originally intended as an adaptive board for people who needed a big, wide, stable board with lots of rig points on it. Now let's talk about some of those specific features that make river boards special. The first thing that we'll point out, probably the most notable, is gonna be our stomp box, our retractable fin feature. If you've ever gone down a river, I'm sure you found a rock or two before, and this retractable fin that goes inside the board will allow you to skate right over those without going supermaning off your board. The next thing that makes river boards special is their rockered profile shapes. So as you look at some of these boards, you'll see raised tips and tails that allow you to go up and over waves rather than plowing into them. If you step back on these deck pads back here, you can raise the nose up even more and make this even more maneuverable and better for punching some of those waves. Next, we've got rig points, centralized rig points that are located on the front, middle, and back of the board for all of your day's gear. Extra handles for increased portability and maneuverability in and out of the water with these boards. And lastly, we've got an extra layer of PVC poured over the top of all of our River series boards to add extra durability and protection against rock stings and scrapes. As we flip the board over, you'll notice a D-ring on the front that is great for dragging behind a boat or maybe tying down on top of a stack. As we move back here, you'll see the stomp box and 4 optional click fins that come on the Acha series, 2 that come on the Rado series. Now, what's great about these is you can insert or remove these depending on the type of water you're running for the day. More fins equals more tracking, longer fins equals more tracking, but also the potential to catch those in whitewater. So the good news is you have options. You can mix these up, and you can even insert these low pro river fins over here as an option as well. Next in our lineup, we have our Surf series. Now, a Surf series has boards that are specific for rivers, specific for oceans, or some that can cross over and do both. Right here, we have our Jalapeno. Now, this board is specific for river surfing and river parks. You can see it's a short board with an aggressive rocker profile on it, big deck pad so you can dance all over this thing, and our patented double stack technology. Now, the best way to describe this is it's actually two boards sandwiched together with one valve. What this gives you is a rail, a 2-inch rail down here with a 3-inch board on top of it. And that allows you to have a surfier, more aggressive, responsive rail down here, and yet the flotation of a 5-inch board. So you've got a 2-inch and a 3-inch, our 2 + 3 in our Pino right here. Next board we have is gonna be our Milligram. The Milligram can cross over and be an ocean surfboard or a river surfboard, and it's got this unique nut shape, which gives you more buoyancy and allows for more length, yet brings the contact point in the rail further back on the board and allows it to be more maneuverable and to catch a little bit further back on the board. As we move down the line, you'll see our Playita board, which is a ocean surfboard using our double stack technology and a fishtail shape for increased maneuverability. And then our ocean touring / surfboard, the Playa, which uses our carbon stringer technology that runs the full length of the board on both sides and sandwiches it, making it extra rigid and great for surfing or touring. Now we're gonna talk about our Carbon series. Now in our Carbon series, we have two very popular shapes, the Haas and the Straight Up. The Straight Up being a little bit smaller, more maneuverable. The Haas being a little bigger, you can carry a little more weight on it or for a bigger rider. The Playa, which is kind of our surf shape and / touring. And as we move down, we get into our longer NAS, Hala NAS, and our NAS T, which is our race / touring shape, and it's 14 feet long. Now our Carbon series is gonna have carbon stringers that run the entire length of the board on the top and bottom to sandwich it together and give it up to 3 times the rigidity. We're still using the same durable fusion drop stitch construction right here. We've got some low profile glide rocker shapes is what we call them. And so they're nice and flat, allowing for maximum contact on the water and increased efficiency. But the most important thing that you're gonna find on these are these carbon stringers. You can see it here on the top, and as I flip it over, you can see it on the bottom. They run basically the full length of the deck pad, as I said, sandwiching the board and causing it to be up to 3 times as rigid. These are gonna be the most efficient and most rigid inflatable boards you're gonna find on the market. So our Carbon boards all have a fin configuration very similar to this one. So you're gonna have optional side bite fins that you can click in, just like we showed you before. Or you've got your US compatible fin box where you can drop in your 8-inch touring fin, slide that into place, and you're ready to hit the water. Next, we're gonna talk about our Rival series. Now, our Rival series are 3 things. They're lighter, they're cheaper, and they come with an inclusion paddle that we call our Beeline paddle. Might as well talk about the paddle first, since this is one of the big perks of getting a Rival board. You'll see this groove in the T-grip right here, which allows your paddle to lock in place and not twist, which is great. And it's also a 3-piece breakdown. You'll see it break down right here, and the T-grip will come out and go in your bag. Now, all these Rival boards are meant to rival some of those cheaper options that you might find out there. And we're gonna have them at as good of a price point and a better quality board. In the Rival series, we've got 5 different boards. So we'll start back here with our Asana, which is our yoga board / all-around board with the deck pad that comes all the way to the end, so you can do all your favorite moves on it. We've also got a center skeg that can go in here and create a little more stability whenever you're stretched out in your warrior pose. We've got our Straight Up here and our Haas, which are 2 most popular shapes. As we move back, our Playa is gonna be our surf / touring shape, and our NAS is gonna be our touring / race shape. So let's talk about some specifics about our Rival line. Now, like I said, Rival line is gonna be lighter, cheaper, and comes with a paddle. Let's talk about lighter. We use our fusion drop stitch construction, which is our lightest yet most durable material you can use for the outside of the board. They're cheaper, and they all come in at $11.99 at a price point. And they all come with our inclusion paddle, which we discussed earlier. You're still getting all the things that you would expect on a Hala board, like rig points, handles, for increased portability. Rig points here in the center. And along with our unbreakable fin box that you'll find back here, which is US fin compatible, you're also gonna find 4 of these fixed fins. So you don't have to mess with any of the fins. They're gonna roll up with the board and tuck away just nicely and still stow in the bag. If these do get bent, just bend them back into place and you're good to go. Now, the shapes that you're gonna find on these boards, I like to call all-around shapes. They're great for a little bit of easy moving water. They're also great for flat water. That's what I love about the Rival boards, is they're so versatile and so lightweight and easy to transport. For any other questions, make sure to talk to the tech rep in your area or check out the frequently asked questions page at halagear.com. That was it. That was it. That's the one. Okay.